Welcome back to my channel. Today I have another word for you guys. The word is Mikri. So Mikri is, the origin comes from either a salesman and is the name of a person. So Mikri was a Benjamite, and we can find this in 1 Chronicles chapter 9 verse 8. In the same chapter, it talks about his lineage as well. In 1 Chronicles, after the Babylonian exile, when Judah's identity had been shaken by judgment and displacement, the chronicler gathered genealogies to affirm continuity between pre-exile Israel and the restored community. Now, let's talk about the post-exilic community. Chapter 9 lists families who returned to inhabit Jerusalem. Benjamites in the verses 3 to 9, priests in the verses 10 to 13, Levites in the verses 14 to 34, and gatekeepers in verses 17 to 27. So Mikri and the Benjamites definitely had a heavy hand in rebuilding the city's social fabric alongside Judah and Levi. Now, Jewish customs demanded documented lineage for land inheritance in Numbers 36 verses 7 to 9, and temple service in Ezra chapter 2 verse 61 to 63. This is mentioned because Mikri supplied legal validation for his heirs so they could occupy their ancestral districts and participate fully in community life. This also protected the integrity of Benjamin's tribal boundaries, which preserved God's apportionment of the land in Joshua chapter 18, verse 11 to 28. Ministry and spiritual lessons. God values faithfulness in every generation. Mikri is remembered not for exploits, but for fathering a line that returned to Jerusalem. His quiet contribution reinforces that the Lord is not unjust so as to forget your work. This is in Hebrews chapter 6, verse 10. Genealogies encourage perseverance. So some of the exiles who read their own name in the registry also gained the courage to rebuild the walls in Nehemiah chapter 2, verse 17 to 18. Identity is also rooted in covenant, not circumstance. Though Benjamin had suffered war in Judges 20 and exile, its sons, including Mikri's descendants, were restored. God's purposes prevailed despite national upheaval. Now, Chronicles anticipates the greater genealogical record that culminates in Jesus Christ. And we can see this in Matthew 1st, or Matthew number 1 and Luke 3. Mikri's inclusion underscores the meticulous providence which guides history towards redemption. The rebuilding of Jerusalem underlines a larger hope that God gathers a purified people and dwells among them. A theme completed in the New Jerusalem, Revelation chapter 21, verse 3. Now, how can we apply this as believers to our lives? We should celebrate the unseen saints. And this can include nursery workers, janitors, intercessors, and administrators, whose faithful labor often escapes notice, but it strengthens the household of God. Maintain spiritual genealogy. Discipleship chains, membership roles, and church histories remind believers of God's ongoing work, fostering accountability and gratitude. Embrace post-exilic resilience. Churches emerging from hardship, persecution, disaster, and decline, found in 1 Chronicles 9, is a pattern for renewal built on worship, order, and community roots. Now, if we go into the